I know being a man is not easy.
Man became the protector.
Life is like your ECG machine, it's always going leggers like this.
Man is expected to stand up
Bill Gates, Ratan Tata, a little bit of spiritual connect.
and protect this woman.
That generation got. They're very strong. Boys don't cry. Your BP, whether it's your cardiac arrest or either we want to be a hero, mental health goes for a toss. We start telling ourselves, men don't cry. Happy International Men's Day. We cannot spell woman without men. So today I have with me my guest Rakhi Kappor, a celebrated author, childbirth educator, and a mental health counselor. She has 25 years of experience. She's written 27 best-selling books, Amazon bestsellers, in various topics, including pregnancy for women, how men should be during pregnancy to support their partner, and she's written on topics on mental health, books like Love Yourself, Break Free, Embracing Me, Expecting Daddy Delivers. So an amazing author, and also happens to be my 27 years of partner, my life partner, Rakhi. Love you so much, Rakhi.
Loving it.
Welcome to the podcast, and welcome to celebrating Men's Day, International Men's Day with me. I know being a man is not easy. What does being a man today mean? Because man is expected to be a multifaceted personality. He's expected to be strong like Ranveer Singh. He's expected to be loving, kind, and compassionate like a Buddha. He's expected to be going and earning wealth like Ratan Tata. He has to do a lot of things, and it's very complicated. Being a man is like getting a software update every month, updating yourself and trying to be the best version of yourself. And in this International Men's Day, let's decode what does really meaning. Let's decode what being a man really means. So I'd like to start off by asking you, on the International Men's Day, let's decode what it means to actually be a man. In your years of counseling of couples, men, why do you think men feel pressurized to be strong?
First, I would like to start with thank you for having me here. And yes, like you said, we cannot spell men without including them in women. And the thing is, men and women go together. So we couldn't have done anything better than getting a woman's perspective into Men's Day when we are celebrating a man. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm here is because of relationships. My work with couples and relationships over 25 years, and I have one of a best-selling and an award-winning book, the Golden Award-winning book called Now You Breathe, which talks about relationships. So let me get back into something ancient, which has been there forever. So from the beginning of the time, or from the conception of human beings itself as a race, there was always a danger, and we were not that populated. The advantage that woman had, it is an advantage and it's a blessing. This is what I tell to every woman, expecting woman who comes into my life, is she can give birth, right? So it became the man's responsibility to protect and nurture her, because there was no life expectancy at all. There was hardly anything. We were living in the jungles, and they would be attacked from the predators and predators of all forms. We had the microorganisms. We didn't know at that time, there was not so much of research done. So anything small, anything microscopic to anything huge could harm the man's expectancy. So how do you proliferate? So the most important thing about any race, especially the human race, we have been designed from the neurotransmitters to the hormones in the body, that how do we successfully take our race forward. Now the other thing is that we are overpopulated right now. That's a different thing. So that's why it became the man's responsibility to protect the womb of the human race. The woman embodies that. So that's why women were kept indoors, they were kept safe, they had taken the primary responsibility to take the human race forward. And man became the protector. And that's what's been happening. You see, generations after generations, this is the responsibility that's been handed over to the man, and the women have carried forward the responsibility. But as time has progressed, we will be discussing that we have changed. The roles are merging. Now it's no more, because we don't need, like I said, it's a populated world now. So we don't need to protect every woman from any kind of predation or worry that our race will not proliferate. So that flag, or that responsibility, that role that was given to the man, it's been coming from the ancient times, from the start of our civilization. So that is why it is still ingrained, and it's there in our genes, in our thought processes, in the way we function, that the man is expected to stand up and protect his woman and protect everyone around, his children, everyone who needs strength.
So is it right to say that women are looking for protected love in a man? A man is seeking a happy woman?
Definitely. There are times, like for example, as much as we have empowered our woman, we are sending her to schools, we are sending her to colleges, she's allowed to think for herself, speak for herself, and the woman's revolution fought this whole barrier that she is not supposed to just stay indoors to deliver babies, have babies, and responsible for the procreation. And she got out into the world and she made a space for herself, and women need to. The economy, if you look at most of the economies of the country, most successful economies are where women are contributing. Then there are a lot of single women, and even in today's times, in nuclear families where the women contribute, it makes a big difference. The family, it's a support, and they are doing better as a family, right? Now, the thing is, there are times when the natural hormones will play in. So when a woman is expecting, so that's why I have these questions that come from men, that she has a lot of mood swings during the pregnancy, or this whole aspect of PMS. So at that time, naturally the hormones come in, because her body is preparing for a big purpose. So it changes her moods in a certain way, that she's tired, she's weak, she needs a little bit of support from the man. So that's when she looks up, like the days of the PMS. Yes, our moods are, volatile. During the pregnancy, there is backache, there are a lot of other issues. So a woman is expecting, at this time, I want empathy and compassion from the world. But where will it start from? At home. So that's when she looks at that, yes, that her man will hold on and protect her for that time. She will get back on her feet. But definitely there are points in our lives where we women look up to that. If a man can stand up for us, we will face the whole world, because a woman is doing it every day, in and out, inside and outside. In these vulnerable moments, she definitely needs not only compassion from her man, but from the whole world.
I also feel that men feel compelled from the society to, be strong. But being strong is not about being just physically strong, meaning you have muscles, biceps. It's very important. For man, it's nice. It's very superficial. But over the years, what I've realized is being strong is not about being the macho man, but actually being a complete human being wherein you also are able to show your emotions. Most men try to protect themselves by not being emotional about anything, because we don't want to share our vulnerabilities. We don't want to speak about our problems. The way men find the solution is through their own self. They don't find solution by speaking it with other people. We just stick to ourselves. But women find solution by actually speaking and debating it out with others. So we want to be strong by protecting ourselves and not discussing about a problem, because it's horrible when you start a conversation with a friend saying, if someone asks you, how are you feeling? And you say, bro, I'm not feeling very well. And immediately the guy will say that, oh, why don't you have protein shake? His way you're not feeling well is have. But that is not what we look at. We will never express our internal emotions outside. We want to be, but things are changing now. Men have to be more emotional. Men have to be in touch with the feminine side. Men have to feel like how you say women want the protective love. During moments, even men feel that we want to participate in the woman's life, what she's doing, have a conversation, feel one with her, and be a complete. And that's what makes a complete man, because we don't need to be the macho man anymore. It's gone. That generation is gone. The new generation wants to feel that, being more vulnerable. And it's okay, because we've been taught from the beginning, the saying is men don't cry, boys don't cry. I think that's not fair. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay to take help when you feel you need it. It's no use of being strong all the time, because when you're strong, and you're venting the entire emotions within, it really comes out like a volcano at some point of time, and that point of time you break, and that becomes, emotional trauma. It becomes your mental health goes for a toss, and whenever that happens, your physical health goes for a toss. All the health issues that men face, whether it's your BP, whether it's your cardiac arrest, or whether it's your other problems, it's all stemming from the stress that men go through. And why do we feel so stressed? Because we're not expressing ourselves. So it's time we stop telling ourselves, men don't cry. It's okay to be human. It's okay to shed those silent tears. But you don't have to keep speaking about it to everybody. Learn to express yourself. Learn to take help when you need. It's okay. It's okay to cry once in a while.
It is okay. So I want to add this one simple thing, and then I'm curious about something, and I'll ask you about that after I add my 2 bits. See, the whole thing about this protective love and man should be the stronger person. That is what makes him get into a mold where he thinks he'll be judged. So that's why, women can sit, they will meet their women friends, they have their tribe, they have their best buddies, and we sit over a coffee, we sit over a meal, and we can talk. But the minute the man says that he has failed in something or something is going wrong, the first thing that happens is he's being judged.
Correct.
That is the reason why they don't come out and talk to other men friends or other people about their problems. That's one thing. The second thing that I would like to add on is, yes, I agree. It does not have to be, the man's strength doesn't come from looking bulked up and fit and strong and huge. And we needed that as hunters, right? We don't need that as now. So the strength of a man comes when he's soft and tender and gentle, right? Now comes my curiosity is, you are a founder of a very, very successful and a famous and a popular fashion brand for men. Okay, so men can express their hues through, not only man, everybody expresses ourselves from what we wear and how we groom ourselves. So can fashion, style, and the way a man dress bring out aspects to balance his personality? How is that possible?
I always believe that clothing is a very essential part. We don't just wear clothes to cover ourselves, protect ourselves from nature, but clothing is also something that represents who you are. You're making a social statement out here. We live in a very judging world. The world is constantly judging you by the way you look, how you're dressed, how you're groomed, the shoes you wear, the accessories you wear. You're continuously being judged. And being a man is very, very important in this judging world, especially when you have to go out there and succeed in your profession. You need to represent the industry you come from, the profession you come from. And how do you represent the industry you come from, profession you come from, is through your dressing sense. So your first impression is the best impression. We've always said that, and it's so true. You don't get a second chance to make your first impression. So always invest time in dressing right, in ways which represents your industry, in the way that represents who you are and what you want to convey to the world. Easier way to convey, instead of having to communicate for so long to express who you are. Your dressing has to communicate that. So I always believe a person who's sorted and gets his best jeans. I represent Derby jeans. A person who's representing a well-dressed and a beautiful jeans already got his life sorted. A person who's, probably wearing all blacks is either confused about how they are dressed or what to wear. They don't have the combination or dressed in the dark. Or that's their nature at that point of time. Your dressing says a lot. I know you're wearing all blacks, but I know black is your favorite color.
Black is my favorite color, but I have mixed up colors with my accessories. So that means, you mean to say that we must specifically, like, this is for people to understand, especially for men to understand, that you have to dress for the purpose. You should be very particular about the purpose, along with the expression.
See, what happens, we are all social animals. We live in a tribe. So when you have to go for a formal function and you wear a distressed jeans, or you wear some clothing that doesn't represent the occasion, you feel out of place. You are not dressed for the occasion. I mean, when you're not dressed for the occasion, what happens first is your self-confidence dips. One easy way to get your self-confidence up is by dressing well. When you wear well, when you dress well, your dressing is like your visiting card. When you look at a visiting card, you're able to understand what this person's profession is all about, what he is and who and what he represents. So when you dress well, your complete, your self-confidence comes up. When your self-confidence comes up, the inner talent of it is able to express itself. When your inner talent expresses itself, you're able to go and win out there in the world. So, yes, it's so important to dress right for the right occasion. We want to fit into the tribe because we are a part of a tribe, we are a part of the community, but still we want to have an individual outlook to how we look. We don't want to be wearing uniforms. So, you need to develop your own personal style in fashion. Fashion is what is trending right now, what is the latest right now. And style is something that you bring into fashion, which is making a personal statement, like how you beautifully dress. Yes, I'm wearing blacks, but I've also accessorized myself with the right jewelry. I'm wearing the right type of, the bindi, my hairstyle. So that's your personal style. How you bring that equation into it, and your style means a lot along with fashion. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, so today I'm going to ask about something else from a which is very close to us women, but I know it works on the men as well. Body shaming, right? So we women are all standing up against it because it's been too long that we've been confirmed to sizes, and because of our periods, our stomachs blow during the pregnancy or while we are breastfeeding or young moms, our shapes change. And after that also it is quite a balance for a woman to stay in shape, and that all the time she's just looking at some other model aspiring to be on the cover of a magazine. I'm so proud that we women are fighting against it. I want to understand that I'm sure this plays for a man as well. And how can being fashionable and still having your sizes, because a man also has his own, there's work, there is college, there is education, there is studies, and not every boy or a man is sporty, and everyone has a different form of the way they're looking, and genetics, like I said, we don't have, every man doesn't have to be the macho guy. So one, I want to understand, where does a man come from, how he feels about his body, and body shaming in terms of men, and what tips can you give to men so that according to their different sizes they can still look suave and fashionable.
Wonderful. I think it's a beautiful question. I think the complete concept of fitness has completely changed from aesthetic fitness, that means I'm muscular, I'm well built, to functional fitness. For men, it's very important that we need to be functionally fit. What do you mean by functional fitness? Am I fit enough to perform my daily responsibility, whether it's being a loving father, being a loving son, going out there to work and doing my work without my body continuously reminding me, like I had my huna, my back is paining or my leg is hurting, or so functional fitness is so important. So when it comes to functional fitness for men, and I've seen this trend off late, I've seen so many men making lifestyle changes. They're completely understanding with age how to age gracefully. So it's not about the man not having a paunch. Let's face it, Indian men will have a paunch. The minute you cross your 20s and get into 30s, you'll have a little bit of paunch. It's okay to have a paunch as far as you're also doing something to keep yourself fit. Are you doing your daily routine of either it's a yoga or hitting the gym or going for a walk or cycling or whatever it may be your way of being fit? Are you investing that half an hour of cardio exercise to exercise your heart to ensure it's pumping your blood? Are you doing that little bit of exercise to calm yourself? Are you having the holy hour for yourself? Love yourself. Are you investing some time to self-love? Are you investing? Exercise is all about self-love. Are you ensuring that whatever you eat is actually nurturing your body? It's okay to be tongue conscious, but also your tongue conscious also has to be health conscious. So how do I keep that fine balance between eating healthy and eating nourishing food as well as enjoying life? Keep a balance. So that is what is most important. And for men, how body shaming is not really a very big problem unless until you're probably highly out of shape. Because when we look at another man, we always look at who he is. Who he is by what he's achieved. Because a natural human tendency, especially for a man, is either we want to be a hero or we follow heroes who have achieved something in life. It's a natural tendency. We want to be a winner in life. That is what being a man is all about. You always want to be a winner. So either we want to win or we follow heroes who are winning. That's why you find hero worship so high, whether it's in a cricketing, sporting,
Yeah.
or any aspect. Even in
Right.
entrepreneurship, we look up to heroes. Bill Gates, Ratan Tata, we always look up to heroes out there who have achieved and done great things in life. So for a man, it's so important that your success is a very important dimension about how you are. But today, even the dimension of success is shifting. Success is no more a one-dimensional aspect for men today. It's not enough that you're very successful, meaning having a very good, an enterprise or working very well, having a good bank balance, having cars, having home. But also, how is your family life? What's the quality of the love quotient in your life. Are you happy? End of the day, we all seek happiness and a happy woman. If you're able to keep your wife, happy happy
Happy
life.
life.
So if you're able to have a happiness in your life, whether it's through your wife, your mother, your sister, your daughter, and you find that happiness, you're having happiness in life, so you have a beautiful relationship that's happening, and you're personally a happy person, you're healthy because you exercise, you're eating right, and you're also, successful at work. So when you have all these dimensions sorted, and you have a little bit of spiritual connect, because being a man is all about success, and success means you're not going to succeed all the time. Life is like your ECG machine. It's always going like this. Sometimes we find success, sometimes we find failures. So during success, understanding success is not permanent. It should motivate you. And when you lose and you're failing, you should understand that this is only a feedback coming from life. You just need to get it right. So failure should not depress you. It very easily gets people into depression when you fail, you're not able to succeed. So it should become a sense of, responsibility that I need to make counter choices to get out of the problem that I made choice into. So that responsibility always. So holistic success is something that's very, very important, and men are realizing that. So the question of body shaming, yes, there is a problem when you are highly, out of shape. So to those people who are struggling out there, I will request them, love yourself. And the only way you can love yourself is by taking care about, about your fitness, about your health, about your food. Because when you fall sick, when a man falls sick, uh, the whole family depends on him, because most of the time men are also the breadwinners. The family, your parents are depending on you, your spouse is depending, your children are depending on you, and you cannot let down your loved ones. So you need to take care of yourself, invest quality time in yourself, and wish you all the best.
No, you're doing a great new venture. You're coming in, we are going back to the roots again, and you're making custom made clothes.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that? Because now I think it's time we just make clothes for ourselves rather than fit into sizes that the brands have decided. This is medium, this is large, this is extra large. So, Davi Tailor Studio, I've been hearing about it and seeing the billboards, and I'm so excited. So, tell us more about this.
Uh, I started off as a tailor when I was 22 and got into from tailoring for 10 years, understood men's fit, men's style, and then customers asked me, why don't you get it ready made? I got it ready made. But over the years, ever since COVID time, I've been asking myself, God never made us an assembly line. God never made us in mold saying that everybody should be this way. One size fits all is too much to ask. You need to fit into a medium, you need to fit in large, you need to fit in XL. That is not the right way to do it. So I asked myself, is there a solution to it? And I said, yes, there is. I let me go back to my roots. I started with a tailor. Tailor's my genes. I feel that. So I want to create something that's more body positive and size inclusive. When I speak about body positive, uh, I know everybody aspires to be fit, but right now I've still not got the type of body that I'm able to get a ready-made size that fits me beautifully or enhances me. Till I get there, I'm working on it. Till I get there, I'm going to tailor myself to perfection. I'm going to get clothing that really fits me. That's where Derby Tailor Studio comes in, where we make handcrafted tailored jeans. We make linen trousers, linen shirts that actually beautify, dignify, and give that self-confidence to people who want to dress well. And it's not only for people who are, big and handsome or bold and beautiful. We do for men and women at Tailor Studio, but it's also for people who want the perfect fit. I mean, so what if you're a 33 or you're a 35? Because in sizes, we don't get the in-between sizes. We say a 40, then we say 42. We don't have a 41 size. So you need that fit. You need a perfect fit. You need your length to fit perfectly. You need your sleeves to fit perfectly. And when you have a little bit of punch, I may be 5'5" in height, but if I have a little bit of punch, then I need to wear a larger size. When I wear a larger size, my shoulders hang, my sleeve hangs, just because I need to accommodate my punch. So can I get something that fits me perfectly, that makes me feel positive? That's why body positive. And being size inclusive, every size we want to do it. We want to do it for both men and women, and we're doing it. We already have one store at Derby Shanti Colony at Egmore called as Derby Tailor Studio. And the second, we are building a 7,000 square feet flagship store on Mount Road near our Anna flyover opposite the Church Park School that will be launched by end of December. I am super excited because I think it's going to be a great game changer in our industry, where everybody is only speaking about ready-made, where you can go and pick the type of fabric you want, the type of stitch you want, the type of fit you want, the type of trims you want. Everything is personalized, including also putting your logo emblem. You can embroidery your name on it. You can embroidery your logo on it. It's an amazing experience.
Your
I'm
own
super
brand,
excited.
your own brand, your
Absolutely.
name labeled on the outfit.
You are the brand.
You are. I love that. So we can say that this is the gift that you're gifting to men this International Men's Day. Wow.
Absolutely.
Now, I would like to add something because we are talking about men. So I want to add this. In my career as a prenatal counselor, I have had the privilege, honor, blessing, and grace to almost pioneer this concept in India. This counseling sessions for pregnant women because pregnancies are taken for granted. And when I started, I made it a point that I want to involve the men in the sessions. What is the point in telling a woman who already is burdened with the responsibility of taking care of herself? Who will handle the responsibility along with her? The men. So I want to share this with you and I want to thank you and my beautiful baby, the man in my life. You may have a son who may be little, but for us women, he's a man and he's a man who protects us. There are times when we women, we hold our sons or our children on our lap, whether be it a boy or a daughter. And then there are times when we go and hide into their arms and the mother gets nurtured as a child. So coming to the point, what I want to say is that when I started working with so many men, so this is what I want to add on International Men's Day is, I saw this plethora of different kind of men. They came from different walks of life. They were all kind of celebrities that you were aware of. We had people from different professions coming in. What I loved was I actually saw the essence of a man. They were all willing to do something for their woman. But the point was they didn't know how. They didn't know how. How do you take care of a woman at this time? And I have seen some heroes in my real life. I have had CEOs, very, very successful men, walk into a meeting, but their shirts are stained. And they would very proudly write to me and call me and say, Rakhi, I was burping the baby, and baby burped on me. So what? I didn't have time to change my shirt and I'm walking into that meeting and I'm telling the world that, yo, I'm a dad, I'm successful and my child feels safe and I've stood up to my woman. So on International Men's Day, from this woman, I would like to thank a lot of other men out there that, you all have been, I know you all are trying and I'm proud that every man wants to help. He wants to be there for his woman. And to the woman that I would like to also tell you that communicate. We have to open our mouth and ask for what we want. So this is something we are also working on. We women are also expected to be very strong. Oh, you should take care of your household. You should take care of your career. You should take care of your children. You can't go ask for help. So we will be working on that. Now, how do you think a man handles an honest communication from a woman?
What is most important in any successful relationship is open communication. If you do not have a communication, meaning when you want to communicate, it's not about, just having great times together. It's not about just going and having a lovely dinner, watching a movie or, at some point of time, like how men have this thing about life aspirations. We sit and do the complete strategy about what we want to achieve in this year, what we want to do in 5 years. I don't know whether the last time we actually went and asked a woman about what her aspirations are, what her dreams are, and how are you going to participate in helping her achieve that. So an open communication is all about, not only speaking about the trivial things that happen on a day-to-day basis, which is very, very important. A man has to be a listener. He has to listen to his wife because she has a lot to say and not judge. She's not asking you for judgment. This is what I understand. The woman is not asking you to judge. So when she's telling you what happened, she's not asking for a solution. All you need to do is listen and shut up. Don't give judgment, don't give opinions, don't give, suggestions. That is going to lead into confusion. That's going to lead into an argument which is not required. So learn the art of patience, learn the art of understanding. And when a woman is speaking and communicating about what happened during the day, she's not cribbing about it. Oh, you know what your mother said. Oh, you know what your sister said. Oh, you know what happened. You know this happened. You know that happened. She's not cribbing. She's just telling you what happened, her day-to-day things. So she's expressing yourself. Learn the art of listening. And for women, I want to tell you, I know you know that very well, that a man doesn't communicate much. He will never come back. When he comes back home, he's not going to tell you as what you tell him what happened throughout the day.
They're not talkers.
They're not talkers. They're not going to tell you entirely what's happened during the day. How was the day? Yeah, it's good. That means he had a good day. How was the day? No, I think I have a headache. That means he had a bad day. That's all they communicate. So we need to understand the subtle difference between men and women. Women find the solutions when they speak about their problems, when they're expressing themselves, and they find it on their own. But they need to speak about it, converse about it. So if a man can be that, that's why women go and speak with other women. They have their skitty friends and other friends who have that. If men can be their best friend in the woman's life by actually empathizing, understanding, and being a good communicator, just listening without judgment, without giving any feedbacks. And even if she wants to say anything, if she wants to vomit, because who is going to be your, emotional pouch? You need someone from whom you can express yourself. A woman does that. She's been stressed the whole day, handling kids, handling your in-laws, handling your parents, your life. And when you come back, she wants that 10-15 minutes of undivided attention. Similarly, men are only, we don't communicate. We find our own, solace when we are watching a TV. We are watching a TV not because we like the TV. Something else is running in the background. We just want to find, releasing all the problems, stress that we have through the day to watching television. Either it's watching a news or some comedy series or something we're watching, some nonsense out there which doesn't make a difference. So this is the fundamental difference about men and women. Men are result oriented. So we want to find solutions to any of the problems that are given. That's why we want to jump into the conversation and try to give solutions to women, which she's not looking for. Don't do that. And women are more of communicative. They want to communicate with a man and find out. So it's so important to be a good listener, be a patient listener. Don't judge, don't give opinions, don't give feedbacks, don't give suggestions. Just listen, understand. Listen for understanding.
Great. That's a great perspective. Now, I'd like to add in a little. Yes, as a woman, we expect actions. Like if your wife or your girlfriend has walked up to you and told you she's tired or she has this issue, instead of advising her, yeah, she would rather have some kind of an action that you have done something to support her. You're tired. Okay, can I help with the kids? Can I help you in the kitchen, or can we do groceries together? Same way, if you're having some issues where you can, with your other extended family members, instead of giving an advice, standing up. I know it is difficult for a man, but standing up at the right places, absorbing, understanding, communicating. You don't have to hurt the other person, but where you can hold your own. But this is something I would like to tell all the men. Yeah, being International Women's Day, is not expressing yourself is what works inside in your body. It doesn't go away. Your stress or what you have in your mind, it doesn't go away. This is what slowly creates those plaques in the arteries. This is what leads to the increase in the blood sugar level, the coronary artery diseases, the change in the male hormones, where sometimes, you're so weak and so pressurized that leads into frustration, anger issues. So I do reach out to the man of today and say, start expressing yourself. We women are happy and we are able to multitask, and 1 minute you'll be like, we're like so irritated with the children because there's a mess, and next minute the woman is, oh, I love my children, she'll give her life for them. So we learn to let go our baggage. So I would request this to every man is, start speaking. If you feel you can't speak because you'll be judged, if you can find spaces where you're speaking, you can go to a friend who will not judge you. You can go to a counselor where you are very safe. There are other ways of expression, like how you mentioned exercise. Sports is a very beautiful way to express yourself. Creativity is a beautiful way to express yourself. So in these ways also, your stress, the pressure, what you've handled the whole day comes out, and it doesn't hurt you. It's very important. Stress does not go away, because these days we are having a lot of young men succumbing to heart attacks. It is a matter of concern. One, we have to understand global warming. The temperatures are increasing, so that's definitely affecting. A lot of research is being done. Second thing is the level of stress. And what's most important, it doesn't go away. And our lifestyles and the way we are moving in this fast pace, there's no peace. So using your exercise a way to express yourself, expressing yourself. And as much I tell the woman, communicate, ask for what you want, I tell the men, speak what you feel. Get it out of your system, because if your mind is not able to offload the baggage, the body will take the brunt of it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
we want healthy men. We want happy men, and that will lead to healthy women, happy. It's the whole, again, I come back to the whole human race at a time when we are facing such immense challenges like climate change, global warming, and there are a lot of unrest in lots of parts of the world because of the geopolitical issues. We need men, we need women, we need people to come out strong, healthy, happy, feeling positive, and giving out to the whole world so that we progress as a race. Now, coming back to again expression, I'm very sorry because I found you and the fashion icon and the expert on it. So, is there a way that a man gets very frustrated if he is not fitting into an outfit? It happens to us women. Now you called a woman to do this, so I'm going to ask. So we sometimes get very angry. Okay, so are there times when a man is very frustrated because he's supposed to go for a meeting or he's supposed to go for this, and he's not able to fit into that outfit, size, color issue. How do we do it emotionally? How do we manage that? And what are your tips that you have?
I think we are blessed as men. We are blessed as men because we moved completely to Western wear. That means we wear trousers, we wear shirts, we wear suits. So when you wear trousers and shirts, you're taking your body measurements or you picked up a size that fits you. A medium size and a 32 waist trouser, meaning we know a waist is 32, a shirt is 32. Unlike Indian women who mostly after marriage shift to salwar kameez or something looser, which is nada based. So there's nothing called as fitting, and that doesn't actually show you what the body fit is. So I consider a blessing for men because when you know you bought a certain size and suddenly you know that 32 size is no more 32, it's gone to 34. So that gives you an immediate warning beep. That means you're losing your shape. Whatever you're doing, probably you need to intensify it, or probably you need to shift to another medium that's going to help you control yourself. So always look at it. Yes, it does happen at different parts of a man's evolution as he grows in age, in maturity, with responsibility. He goes through different fits. Sometimes he's wanting to wear, certain fits, certain sizes fit him, then the fit is changed. But it's also a sense of warning for you and your personal thing. Do you want to be in this size? Okay for you to put on, go to the next size. It's a warning for you. So you know it. And it's a natural way for you to actually consider whether you want to get back to your health regime, you want to intensify yourself, or it's okay for you to get a change of wardrobe. So I take it as a warning. I think it's a blessing because women don't have this blessing. When you have a Nara system, you will not know even if you've gained a few inches or lost a few inches. You will never know that because of the Nara system. Neither does it your salwar kameez, which is to accommodate so much. It comes with a lot of. So from men, yes, it will be frustrating initially, but also I think it's a blessing that can help you actually course correct.
Okay. I want to ask you about another aspect of shopping for men. We women, this retail therapy, it really works. Retail therapy for us women, it works very well. Shop till you drop and it makes you feel happy. And why retail therapy works is, when you want something and you don't get it, the brain internal mechanism is continuously working. You wanted it, you didn't get it, you didn't want it. So retail therapy is an instant form of instant gratification. So you want something, you pay that much and you have taken that much for yourself. Okay. Now, I want to understand what kind of this thing you have on your e-commerce sites, because we women, at least we know our sizes, or we have this umpire voice line. So we can just pick stuff online. Now, how does a man understand shopping on the e-commerce sites where he's not putting in? So how would he know that this size is not going to fit me? Or online, how is he going to pick an outfit? And does Dabi at the e-commerce level have something new and more creative to offer to their men customers?
We have a very robust and a beautiful website called as derbyjeanscommunity.com where you can do online shopping. Now, the way we've gone about online shopping is we've considered how does a man actually shop. So how does he go about shopping? When he's doing a physical shopping, he gets into a store, he looks at the visual merchandising, he looks at clothing, then he wants to do a trial room experience, and then he decides what he wants to buy. The fit is so important. So similarly, when we have made the whole site so intuitive and so beautiful, so depending upon what type of occasion you want to shop, whether you want to shop for linens or whether you want to shop for work or whether you want to shop, so we have completely taken in that category wise. Second is that how do you select what will be right for you? So we have always models with standard fits. For example, is a 6 feet model wearing a 32 waistline jeans and a medium sized shirt. So that gives you an idea about how he will look if he's of this fit. So it gives you a certain sense of proportion. Secondly, we also ensure that we give complete measurements out there saying that this is what a medium size is. So you may know your chest. Okay, I'm chest 42. So I'm chest 42, I need to wear even the suggestive size of 42 size will fit you. I'm a waistline 33. You know, you've been wearing in different brands. And generally, though all the sizes are not standardized, we do know that a 32 in one brand will also be a 32 in another brand. A medium in one brand will also be a medium in another brand. But today we've also added a lot of other fits to it. So it's no more just the slim fit. Today we have a relaxed fit, we have a comfort fit, we have a crop fit, and we have so many fits added to trousers also, because trousers is no more about just wearing a skinny fit or a slim fit. So depending on how you want to feel, you feel you want to wear a relaxed fit out there, you want to wear a loose fit out there. So you're given different fits as opportunities to people to try. And we also understand that sometimes you may buy the product because the trial room experience doesn't happen online. You may like everything, the trial room experience doesn't happen. So we have such a robust e-commerce venture wherein we say it's okay for you to order it. We'll give you a cash on delivery, or you can probably prepay the order and you can bring it home, try it. And in case you don't like it or you feel the fit is not right for you, you want to exchange it, we have a very easy exchange policy which is completely stress free. So we covered it, so it's working beautifully. So if you are out there want to dress well, I think you're not able to reach to any of the Derby stores, we have derbyjeanscommunity.com where they can shop.
So we spoke so much about the past, from the time, in ancient times, how we've groomed men, or how what the world expects out of the man. Now let's understand, what would you give tips, or what would you share with us, say 3 to 4 aspects about what should be the generation next looking up to as an ideal man?
It's so important that men become responsible. The word responsible itself means responsibility, responding with ability. What abilities men have to be that they can emulate those qualities which are going to actually make him a complete man. We spoke about protective love for women. It's not just enough that you be protective love, but you also need to be nurturing, her husband, a partner, a father, being an entrepreneur. How are you going to nurture people? You're not just being protective love. How are you going to be kind and gentle? You're not just going to get your ego out there, but also understand that it's okay once in a while to ask for forgiveness without saying but. Ask for forgiveness. It's okay for us not to have the ego all the time. Being kind, being humble, being loving. It's so important. These are some aspects that are so important that makes a complete human being. And most important, you need to be successful. Success is so important of being a man. But along with being successful, are you being, any way I can be successful, or this is the way I want to be successful? Living a value-based life. Are you having certain values? Do you stand for certain values that's worth being winning? Any way I can be successful, this is the way I want to be successful. How are you going to win in life? Are you going to have certain values that's going to help you become who you are? Is going to make you a better version of you? I ask myself these 3 questions every morning. Vijay, are you going to live today with happiness, with love? What's going to be a tone? Are you going to be angry? Are you going to be loving? Vijay, how many more lives are you going to touch today? And are you going to get closer to your God? Being closer to your God is not that what some God is out there. Being closer to your God is, are you being more peaceful? Are you being more loving? Are you being useful in not only your life? Are you being a little selfless? Selfless is all about thinking less about yourself and more about others. How will you be more selfless? So some things that actually make, and all these things compound to become responsible and being a holistic man. Healthy, wealthy, loving, blissful, and spiritual. That's what makes a real man. And that's what I wish more and more people, as we grow up, as we evolve, become into those responsible, holistic human beings who are worth emulating.
Okay, so let me summarize this. The next generation of men will look up, will symbolize the men that they want to live like through these attributes. The main attribute is responsibility. Responsibility in different roles. Responsibility, a man who is responsible for himself. That means he owns up to his mistakes. He accepts his weakness and doesn't feel small about it. He exaggerates on his strengths, builds the strengths, works on the weakness, converts the weakness, and makes them his strength. That's what you're trying to say.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
So, personally, a man is working on himself. And this is what the generation next will look up to, a man who will bow down, who will stand up, who will accept, who will change, who will be ready to transform what is required. That's one aspect. Then, a man responsible towards others. So, the next fraction, a man who is responsible towards the society. I want to be successful, but I will get my success not at the cost of other people or societies or the greater goods sacrifice, but as I grow, the world will grow with me. Some part, somewhere, the man will contribute to that success. The next thing that a man will have to stand up for, so that the next generations look up. The next generation of young men will look up to men who are responsible for their own families, your relationships, the lover, the son, the partner, the mentor, the boyfriend. You don't have to be strong and macho, and being strong and macho is about being kind, loving, working on the conflicts and resolving your interpersonal problems, right? And then the third aspect for every man is a spiritual connect. It's tough being a man out there. What I get from you, that it's tough being a man out there. There is a lot of pressure being the provider. And now for a modern man, like what I keep saying, that earlier men were, we had extended families, or we were living in the joint families. The extended families would be together. So rearing children, there were other members who would contribute. Taking care of the household, the other members would contribute. But now, as much as a woman feels isolated, a man feels isolated. And a man has no other choice but to step into the kitchen, step into the household activities, step into the child rearing. So I understand that even for a man, it's a lot of pressure. We always keep saying that the women are worked up. No, even the men are sensing this kind of pressure. So it's very important for the men to take care of themselves. So loving your own self, self-love for a man, taking care of his health and taking care of his mind, opening up, asking for help, taking care of his spirit. So connecting and finding that source of strength from above, right? So responsibility towards himself, responsibility towards the world and the society, and responsibility towards his loved ones. So that is what I'm trying to, gather and make it concise. So this has been a very, very beautiful, experience, an eye-opening experience. I got to learn, and I'm sure you got to learn some from me too. And I just love doing this, and done. So to all the men out there, you guys are rocking. And celebrate International Men's Day, because you know what? We women make a lot of noise for Women's Day. We do a lot of stuff. We all women are going to be meeting up all over the place, and we're going to party. I think you men should be working on a lot of stuff to celebrate yourself. And happy International Women's Day from the whole team at Darby Jeans Community, from Darby Taylor Studio, from our e-commerce site, and the whole team out here. Loving you all so much, and I had to close it off with mwah.
I don't know whether you realize you said Happy International Women's
Day. Okay,
but it's perfectly all right. I feel equally a woman as I feel man. Ardhanarishwara. I believe every man has both the male energy and woman energy, and similarly, women have the woman energy and male energy. It's only when you're able to keep a balance between the two, embracing who you are, your inner emotions and your external strength, you become a real man. So this International Men's Day, wish you all an amazing and a beautiful, a flourishing future. Go out there, succeed, but also love yourself, take care of yourself, love the world, and be more responsible. Have a fabulous and a beautiful life. Thank you, Rakhi. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
No wonder I'm so crazily in love with you. Thank you for being such an amazing person and such a strong woman, complimenting and giving me all the strength I need to go out there and win in life. Thank you so much.
Happy International Men's Day. So let me correct it. And remember, happy woman, the man is already happy because the men is already there in the woman.
Happy wife, happy
Happy
life.
life.